Welcome to Often Pacing on Tab Radio Racing and Sport. Tim Walker will be joined by Matt Young and Oliver Cownie as they delve into the form for today's Pinjarra harness meeting, as well as an early look at tomorrow's meeting at Gloucester Park. We are Often Pacing.
Yeah, welcome to Often Pacing this morning, and we have got the W Night barrier draws coming up very soon with the boys starting to enter the studio. So the draws will happen, which is the important thing to know. We've got to have a look at Friday night's action as well as find some winners for Pinjarra today and Gloucester Park tomorrow. Oli Cownie joins us as he does week in, week out. Oli, a very good morning.
Morning, Matt. Those Westbred barrier draws are going to be really interesting. It's going to obviously play a really big part, and we've got some really nice horses going around. So it's going to be a great night there on Friday at Gloucester Park. And
Friday just gone at Gloucester Park, we saw a big price winner in the free-for-all event. We saw the running of the Binshaw, but the members sprint, and Joseph Savalco just coming in at any old odds. Well done to Joey and also Abby Vidovich yesterday. She's a lucky penny. Joey's first win as an official trainer, second start, and 2 starts for a win in the third. So well done to Joey, and he's in good form too with Rock and Roll Artist winning on Friday night. This was an intriguing race. Paul Edward threw a spanner in the works early, didn't he?
Yeah, he certainly did. Crossing at the start, he's a very fast horse, and he was actually only beaten 5 metres in the end after handing up the lead, and it was a really interesting tactical battle. The favourite there, Steal the Show, ended up getting shuffled back on the pegs, and I think once he was through back the pegs, it was almost impossible for him to win there, and he looked fairly unlucky. He looked to have a little bit to give through the concluding stages. Al Capone, he really loomed up at one point, and he looked the winner, but Rock and Roll Artist, he was able to sort of return back to some of his better form there on Friday and run over the top. He probably just takes a few runs each prep to get to his absolute best, and it looks like he is right at his absolute best again there on Friday. Armour X Factor was able to battle on really well from the breeze again. He's just going awesome, that horse, and when eventually he gets to the lead or gets a little bit easier a run, he's certainly going to be a horse to watch and one that's going to be winning a race very soon. Waterloo was another one in behind them that probably went a lot better than she has been, so she might be one to watch over the next few runs. What were your thoughts, Matt?
Yeah, I thought it was a good competitive race, that was for sure, and there was plenty happening in the early stages. Armour X Factor had to work really hard to get to the breeze, which made things a little bit tougher, monstered them coming to the turn, but you could just see that once he straightened up, it would have felt like the Flemington Straight for him because he was on tired legs, and you had Rock and Roll Artist and Al Capone flashing home quite strongly. Liked the run of Paul Edward, thought it was really good, so it was a confident drive by Dylan Edgerton Green. He knew the horse would run a good race and was only beaten 5.9 metres, as you mentioned. Magnus Victor did plenty in the early stages as well. So I think there's a few takeaways from the race. On the Binshaw, Safer was able to get the win there for Bob Millsop and Denny Roberts. This led to one of the bigger first 4 jackpots I've ever seen at Gloucester Park into race 6, but they were coming in at big prices here. $23 winner, $26 in second. I'm Lightning Banner. I thought he was a good run. Louis Dior, 100 to 1, flashing home, and Soho Moonraker tracked into the race and looked very dangerous to the turn, only beaten 1.5 metres. What was your takeaways from a pretty competitive Binshaw?
Yeah, it was, the speed was on right from the start, 35.8 lead time, and then 32 first quarter, and then a 28.8 second quarter. It was just way too fast, and really the leaders there, they were off their legs late, and Lincoln Lou, the short price favourite, he ended up making a break under pressure in the home straight and probably wasn't going to be beaten as far as he was in the end, but he was disqualified because he went inside some marker pegs, and yeah, really just set it up perfectly for Safer, who was a terrific run there behind Cam's Boulder on debut for the stable in WA's previous start, and he backed that up on Friday night with another great run there coming over the top and was very well driven by Denny Roberts. I'm Lightning Banner was really good in second there. He seemingly returned back to some of his better form, having had a few runs back from a spell, and we know how good Louis Dior is, and that race perfectly set up for him. He's a terrific sprinter at his best, and he showed that again there on Friday. Soho Moonraker, he was one that made probably an earlier move than maybe he's ideally suited to, but he was only beaten by he was only beaten 1.5 metres there and was really good in fourth. And he seems to be another horse that's going really well. And it was a very strong race, that Binshaw, on Friday night with a lot of depth. So I'm sure there'll be a few winners that come out of that beaten bunch.
Yeah, exactly right. Soho Moonraker is one for me to follow out of that race. I think he's ready to win a race. So I'm confident to be with him going forward. Especially if he's racing in this sort of grade, he goes around at the big price, and I think he's ready to win. Marked Fly to the Finish as a horse to follow as well. It's not too far away from being able to break through in that sort of grade. So happy to be following Fly to the Finish. And also I'm throwing in probably a bit of nepotism, but I'm throwing in at Jill Mack. I think she hit the line really well on Friday, and her standing start form is very good. And I just haven't really seen her go to the line that strongly she has done. In 3 of her last 4, she's been held up in Gloucester Park Friday Company, and she performed well, and she was sort of held up in the standing start as well. So I think she's ready to win again, Jill Mack, and she is one that flies under the radar and goes around at the big price. So those are my 3 out of races 5, 6 and 7. Soho Moonraker with also Fly to the Finish and Jill Mack. Who are your horses to follow from Friday?
I had one from earlier in the card on Friday, and I thought Major Freeway was really good in that second race. He did a lot of work to get to the breeze, and then they rolled along a little bit with the leader getting a little bit keen there, and I thought he battled on really well for third. We know how good Cordero has been over the last few years. He's a horse that just keeps racing well, and he was a dominant winner on Friday there, but he probably was incredibly well graded. So Manhattan Moon and Major Freeway, I certainly think they're horses that are still run very well there, and particularly Major Freeway, given the early work he did. Another horse I had to follow was one I mentioned just before, I'm Lightning Banner. He's a horse with terrific gate speed, and hasn't been able to show that this time in so far, but he's now had a few runs back from a spell. He was sat up there on Friday night, and he appeared to settle a lot better than he has been, and he ran on really strongly in the concluding stages. And I think definitely if he's able to draw well soon, he can zip across to the lead and be really hard to beat in a race. And another one I had to follow was out at the last race, Always Be Frank. I thought he was really unlucky. He looked to be following the right horse there in the early stages, Pocket the Change, but she was crossed a couple of times. So I think he just was really unlucky in the end, and he appeared to have a little bit to give in the concluding stages and nowhere to go. So I certainly think if he's able to find the rails in a race soon, he can be one at value to run into the money somewhere. So my 3 horses to follow were Major Freeway, I'm Lightning Banner, and Always Be Frank.
Okay, looking at the meeting today at Pinjarra, we've got 8 races. The first at 118. Tap Touch fixed odds available for all the races on the program. Where do we find your 3 betting races to be able to load up into?
My first one comes in the middle of the card in race 5. I thought Heavenly Bliss was just incredibly unlucky last start, dragged out of the race by the leader that was tiring, and it was certainly much stronger company than this. Some nice mares going around in that race, including Redline and her presence. So I think dropping back into this company, she'll have options from the inside draw. She does go really well with the trail in her races. So if she was able to hand up to a horse like Stirrup Iron Jack or another horse like Mac Freeway, I certainly think she's going to be hard to hold out late. With the use of that sprint lane there at Pinjarra, the next horse I had for us was in race 7, Captain Paprika. I think he's a horse with pretty good gate speed, and he draws 1. So if he's able to lead in the early stages, I think he's going to take a lot of beating. He was a good third 3 runs ago when at Gloucester Park in probably what was a stronger race behind Lazarus Star and Beat It Like Becca. Drops back in company here. He draws well. I think he does have the gate speed to lead, and the danger might be on his back, Boom It Up, who's probably had a few chances to win. So I'm hoping Captain Paprika can lead and win. And then in the last, I thought this looked a really good race for Ronald Scott, and he's 4th up from a spell here. I think he should be nearing peak fitness. He was a really good run last start at Pinjarra. He drew poorly there outside the back row, and he was only narrowly beaten by Sunshine Swift, and a few horses in behind him go well enough, like She's a Mare and Cry Havoc. So I think that's good enough form for a race like this. Ronald Scott, he draws the front row this time. He's a horse that races well up on speed. He can make his own luck, and I think he's certainly going to be hard to beat. So for me, race 5, Heavenly Bliss, race 7, Captain Paprika, and race 8, Ronald Scott.
Okay, so those are the three for you. I'm going to race 4 with Blue Blazer each way, $13.205. I think he'll be leaders back over the mile. He's very potent at that trip, and I think he can get the last crack at them and be very dangerous. So $13.205 looks a great price for him. I think race number 5, I was happy to play a sort of around the chances of Heavenly Bliss just at that price. I think that she can win the race, but I was happy to be with DJ's Big Boy each way. I think he'll get a pretty good run in this event, expecting him to get home strongly. So with him each way in race number 5, and then race 8, I was with Ideal Interest, very keen on his chances. Ideal Interest should run a cracking race from 2 off the back row. Liked his trial, liked the horse from last preparation. Think he's going to have a strong prep here. 4, 5 and 8 are the races I'm playing in, with each way Blue Blazer, each way DJ's Big Boy, and pretty keen on Ideal Interest, but I'm hoping that he goes around an each way price. So those are the 3 for me to be following out of the meeting. And we've got Heavenly Bliss, Captain Paprika and Ronald Scott for you. Gloucester Park tomorrow, rolling on to that meeting. Who are the 2 that we're following for you tomorrow night?
One's in race 5 again at Gloucester Park tomorrow night, and I thought this was a really good trotters race, this one. Some horses that are going really well in Aldebaran Boyd and Quigley, but I'm keen to be with Quigley, who I think has seemingly really turned a corner this time in. First 2 runs this prep, he's looked good, he's looked safe, and he was a dominant winner there last start at Pinjarra. A little bit of a query here going back to Gloucester Park where he hasn't done things right, so hopefully we're getting a good enough price, but we know he's a really high quality trotter, Quigley, and I think he can do the work if he needs to, but I think he'll probably be sat up, save for 1 run, and if the Dangers do a little bit too much work, I think he can be running over the top there, Quigley. And then in race 8, I thought this was a terrific little race. It's going to be competitive, and there's some nice horses stepping out here for the Bond stable, and we know Dunkerletti's shown good ability in 2 runs as well, but I'm keen to be with Rumble Strip here, who certainly looks a horse that's going to be able to make the step up to Derby grade, and he was really good last start. He did all the work and was just beaten by Lincoln Lou, and we know Lincoln Lou went around as a favourite in the Binshaw on Friday, so that looks pretty good form. I think if he is forced to do the work again, Rumble Strip, he's certainly capable of doing that and should get a slightly better price because he is drawn wide and may not find the rail. So keen to be with race 5 Quickly and race 8 Rumble Strip.
Okay, I'm with race 2, Matty Rocks. I thought gets a really good opportunity here. It's got the gate speed to get around Vibrant in the early stages, and I thought she'd be able to win this race tomorrow night in race 2, number 2, Matty Rocks. Second up, very keen that she can get the job done. Looks a good suitable grade for her. And then into race 8, I'm going against you with Rumble Strip, and I'm going with Mad Monday, who I think can run a really good race. Love the first up run, was beaten by Better Fortune, who I think is pretty smart. So the Team Bond have got a great team of 3-year-olds heading towards the Derby, and Mad Monday I think can lead and win this race. So I'm happy to be with race 8, number 1, Mad Monday, along with race 2, number 2, Matty Rocks, tomorrow night at Gloucester Park. Ollie, thank you very much for your time this morning. We're going to get to these barrier draws for W night on Friday, which looks like being an outstanding night of harness racing action, so everyone should be heading on track to Gloucester Park this Friday night. And Ollie, all the best to you today and tomorrow. Hopefully a few winners there.
Thanks, Matt. Looking forward to Friday.
Okay, there we have Oli Cownie joining us here on Off and Pacing. We're going to take a break, and the other side we'll have the barrier draws.
You are listening to Off and Pacing for Lane Tomich's Snooze in Cannington and Coburn. It's amazing what a little snooze can do.
Welcome back to Off and Pacing. We head towards the major night, the W night, this Friday at Gloucester Park, and we've got 4 barrier draws to bring you. We've got the 3-year-old Westbred Fillies final, the 3-year-old Westbred Colts and Geldings, and then the Group 1s for the 2-year-old Fillies and also the 2-year-old Colts and Geldings. The team has rolled into the studio. We have got Michael McDermott here. Good morning, Michael.
Good morning, Matt.
Thank you very much for your time. Likewise to you, Warren Wishart. Very good morning to you.
Good morning, Matt. Good morning to you. Good morning, everyone.
And we've got some really good racing on Friday night. Looking forward to it. So who's going to be doing horse number and who's going to be doing barrier draw?
I'll be doing horse number,
okay.
Matthew.
Horse number. All right, well, let's rock and roll and get into this. I need to get to Pinjarra, and we've got plenty of people listening in that want to be able to see where their horses have drawn in the big features on Friday night. So...
Yeah. And certainly best of luck to everybody with the draw.
Absolutely. So, first of all, we're starting with the Group 2 3-year-old Westbred Fillies final. It's in alphabetical order as it stands right now. So, we've got Checker, Saganda, Copperhead Lady, Faking It, I See You Baby, It's My Time, Lily Queen, Manhattan Ruby, Our Rich Cargo, Ruby Lou, Ruby Lavera, and Stella Deliziosa with the emergencies. Rainette, and She's All Go.
The first horse out, Matthew, is horse number 8, which is Manhattan Ruby.
Manhattan Ruby for Corey Peterson.
Barrier 5.
Barrier 5 for Manhattan Ruby, who's doing a good job since coming back from a spell. Barrier 5 for Manhattan Ruby.
Next horse out is a pre-post favourite, Faking It.
Faking It for Gary Hall Senior.
Barrier 1.
Barrier 1 for Faking It. Said to be underdone first up. Gary Hall Jr. mentioned that it would be better for that run, so he gets Barrier 1 for the final.
Another of the leading contenders, horse 6, It's My Time.
It's My Time.
Barrier 4.
Barrier 4 for the Four Diamonds Pacing Stable.
Next is horse 9, Our Rich Cargo.
For Dylan Edgerton Green.
Barrier 2.
Barrier 2 for Our Rich Cargo, who was the winner of the heat at Pinjarra last Monday.
Horse 5, I See You Baby.
For Johnny Graham.
Barrier 6.
Barrier 6 for the enigmatic I See You Baby. Plenty of talent there, a few quirks.
Horse 1 is Checker.
Checker for Kyle Anderson.
Barrier 11.
Barrier 11 for Checker to get a nice soft run off the back line there.
Horse 11 is Ruby Lavera.
Ruby Lavera for JP Pacing.
Barrier 7.
Barrier 7 for Ruby Lavera. Was a big win in the heat last Monday at Pinjarra.
Horse 12 is Stella Deliciosa.
Another one for Dylan Edgerton Green.
Barrier 12.
Barrier 12 for Stella Deliciosa.
Next out is horse 2, which is Saganda.
For Brad and Toby Lynn.
Barrier 9.
Barrier 9 for Saganda, so zero luck for the team there.
Horse 10 is Ruby Lou.
For Mike Reid.
Barrier 10.
Barrier 10 for Ruby Lou.
We have horse 3, which is Copperhead Lady, another of the contenders.
Yeah, for Ryan Bell.
Barrier 8.
Barrier 8. So, good morning, Belly.
And then we have horse number 7, which is Lily Queen.
Lily Queen for Mike Reid.
Barrier 3.
Barrier 3. Okay, so we have got 1, Faking It. 2, Our Rich Cargo. 3, Lily Queen. 4, It's My Time. 5, Manhattan Ruby. 6, I See You Baby. 7, Ruby Lavera. 8, Copperhead Lady. 9, Saganda. Back row, 10, Ruby Lou, 11, Checker, and 12, Stella Deliciosa. Is that correct, Wade?
That is correct.
Okay, that is the running of the 3-year-old Westbred Fillies final. We'll move on now to the Colts and Geldings. So we'll get the marbles back in and to go again. The field is as follows. Belly up, Captain Sterling. Control the Room, Elite Fleet, Ice Cold Sapporo, Last Hard Copy, Lazy Days, Major Mickey Whitby, Pinjarra Rocks, Penny Noir, When in Vegas, Wicked Hustler and the Emergencies, Into the Future, and Lou L'Amour.
Righto, first horse out is horse 6, which is Last Hard Copy.
Four Diamonds Pacing.
Barrier 5.
Barrier 5 for Last Hard Copy. It was a really gutsy effort at Pinjarra last week.
Sure was. Horse 2 is Captain Sterling.
Who was a winner of the heat for Dylan Edgerton Green.
Barrier 7.
Barrier 7 for the very tough Captain Sterling.
Next out, we have horse 1, which is Belly Up, the pre-post favourite.
Yeah, for Team Bond, beaten as a short price favourite last Monday.
Barrier 12.
Barrier 12 for Belly Up, who has been a winner of the features in the past.
Then we have horse 5, which is Ice Cold Sapporo.
For Michael Young.
Barrier 2.
Barrier 2 for Ice Cold Sapporo.
Next out is horse 11, When in Vegas.
When in Vegas for Team Bond.
Barrier 3.
Barrier 3 for When in Vegas, who won a heat last Monday.
Horse 10 is Penny Noir.
For Gary Hall Senior.
Barrier 8.
Barrier 8 for Penny Noir, another one that was said to be potentially underdone first up.
Horse 12, which is Wicked Hustler.
Wicked Hustler for Ryan Bell.
Barrier 11.
Barrier 11 for Wicked Hustler. It was a nice run in the heat last Monday.
Horse 4 is Elite Fleet.
Elite Fleet for Justin Prentice.
Barrier 9.
Barrier 9 for Elite Fleet.
Next out is horse 3, which is Control the Room.
Another one for Ryan Bell.
Barrier 6.
Barrier 6. So we've still got Barrier 1 available.
Horse 9 is Pinjarra Rocks.
Barrier 10.
Barrier 10 for Pinjarra Rocks. Pinjarra members syndicate were waiting with bated breath. It's a lovely draw for them.
Horse 8, Major Mickey Whitby.
For Dylan Edgerton Green.
Barrier 4.
Barrier 4. And, well, by the process of elimination, it should be Lazy Days.
It's horse 7, which is Lazy Days, and the number will be
1.
Barrier 1. So there we have it. Lazy Days in 1. For Ryan Bell, number 2 is Ice Cold Sapporo. 3 went in Vegas. 4, Major Mickey Whitby. 5, Last Hard Copy. 6, Control the Room. 7, Captain Sterling. 8, Penny Noir. Number 9, Elite Fleet. 10, Off the Back Row, Pinjarra Rocks. 11, Wicked Hustler. And 12, Bally Up, with the emergencies Into the Future and Lulamore. Correct, Wade?
Correct, Matthew.
Okay, we'll get the marbles back in for the 2025 Group 1 2-year-old Westbred Fillies final, and the field is as follows in alphabetical order. Elter's Last, Crunch and Sip, Drop the Ace, Elray's Girl, I'm Category 5, Ma Petite Dame, Mars Attack, She Supercharged, Sky High Adder, Slay Queen, Trixie Dora and Wishing Bell. The emergencies, the Sea Siren and Shabuzi, with the favourite in the race pre-post, and I don't think it matters where she draws. She's going to be favourite Wishing Bell, and she's going to be mighty hard to beat. But that is the field for the Group 1. Let's get into the draw.
We have horse 10 first out, which is Slay Queen.
The Team Bond.
Barrier 6.
Barrier 6 for Slay Queen, who finished mid-pack last Tuesday night.
Next out, horse 2, Crunch and Sip.
Another one for Team Bond.
Barrier 5.
Barrier 5, so the stablemates stay next to each other.
Horse 3, which is Drop the Ace.
For Shane Quadrio.
Barrier 8.
Barrier 8 for the horse with plenty of gate speed, Drop the Ace.
Next out, we have horse 5, which is I'm Category 5, one of the contenders.
Yeah, for Colin Brown.
Barrier 3.
Barrier 3 for I'm Category 5, who looks to have plenty of ability.
Horse 1 is next, which is Elter's Last.
For 4 Diamonds Pacing.
Barrier 9.
Barrier 9 for Elter's Last.
Next out is horse 6, which is Ma Petite Dame.
For Ryan Bell.
Barrier 4.
Barrier 4 for Ma Petite Dame.
Next out is horse 11, which is Trixie Dora.
For Michael Young, got home well in the heat.
Barrier 2.
Barrier 2 for Trixie Dora.
We have horse 4 next, which is Elray's Girl.
Another one for 4 Diamonds Pacing.
Barrier 10.
Barrier 10 for Elray's Girl. Still got Barrier 1 there.
And here we go. Horse 12 is Wishing Bell.
Barrier 11.
Barrier 11 for Wishing Bell. So 2 off the back row for Aidan DeCampo.
Horse 8 is next out, which is She Supercharged.
For Craig Hynam.
Barrier 7.
Barrier 7 for She Supercharged. So there's Barrier 1 available for either Mars Attack or Sky High Adder.
And it's Mars Attack next.
Barrier 1.
Barrier 1 for Mars Attack and Mike Howie.
And last out is horse 9, Sky High Adder.
Barrier 12.
Barrier 12 for Sky High Adder, who hit the line powerfully in the heat.
Eye-catcher.
Yeah, it really was. Mars Attack in 1, Copper Lodges rocking. Barrier 1 for Mars Attack, Trixie Dora in 2. I'm Category 5, 3. Number 4 is Ma Petite Dame. 5, Crunch and Sip. 6 is Slay Queen. 7, She Supercharged. 8, Drop the Ace. 9, Elter's Last. Back row, Barrier 10, Elray's Girl, 11, Wishing Bell, and 12, Sky High Adder, with the emergencies, the Sea Siren and Shabuzi. Correct?
Correct.
Happy with that? Beautiful. Let's get the marbles in for the final of our barrier draws this morning. The 2025 Group 1 2-year-old Westbred Colts and Geldings final. American Machine, Better Behave, Better Move Matty, Butter Me Up, Cease to React, Shugach, El Maestro, Ideal Beach, Toby George, Wake Up Jeff, Waves of Fortune, and Wheels of Fortune, with Last King of Capel and Amamushu, the 2 emergencies here for this cracking contest. This is probably the one that's going to create the most interest with the barrier draw, Wishy.
Yeah, definitely. This is the most anticipated draw this morning, no doubt about it. There's half a dozen that could win if the number goes their way.
Absolutely. So we're just awaiting for the marbles in. As you can hear at home, the marbles are in, and we're about to have the barrier draw for our last of the features on Friday night.
And first out is horse 11, Waves of Fortune.
For Deborah Lewis.
Barrier 2.
Barrier 2 for Waves of Fortune, who will be third up into the preparation on Friday.
Next out is horse 10, Wake Up Jeff.
Wake Up Jeff, who's really come on for Kim Prentice.
Barrier 7.
Barrier 7 for Wake Up Jeff.
Next out we have horse 4, Butter Me Up.
Butter Me Up for Michael Young.
Barrier 5.
Barrier 5 for Butter Me Up. Okay.
Then we have horse 3, which is Better Move Matty.
Who knocked off El Maestro. He's a very nice horse. Better Move Matty. Where's he drawn?
4.
Barrier 4 for 4 Diamonds Pacing.
Next out is horse 8, Ideal Beach.
Ideal Beach for the Trots End crew.
Barrier 1.
Barrier 1 for Ideal Beach.
Next out we have horse number 1, American Machine.
American Machine for 4 Diamonds Pacing.
Barrier 10.
Barrier 10 for American Machine. Drawn well.
Where's this number? Where is it? Horse 6 is next. That's
Chugach for Team Bond.
Barrier 11.
Barrier 11 for Chugach.
Next out, horse 5, which is Cease to React.
And this is for Michael Young as well.
Barrier 12.
Barrier 12 for Cease to React.
Then we have horse 7, which is El Maestro.
El Maestro for Robbie Williams.
Will be barrier 8.
Barrier 8 for El Maestro.
Next out, horse 2, which is Better Behave.
Another one for Four Diamonds Pacing.
Barrier 9.
Barrier 9 for Better Behave.
Then we have horse 9, which is Toby George.
And that is the third of the Michael Young runners here.
Barrier 3.
Barrier 3 for Toby George.
And to round things out, it's horse 12, Wheels of Fortune.
And that is the final of the runners for Four Diamonds Pacing.
Barrier 6.
Barrier 6 for Wheels of Fortune. So Barrier 1 to Ideal Beach. He's the big winner. Out of the barrier draw for Justin Prentice. He gets the draw 2 Waves of Fortune. 3, Toby George. 4, Better Move Matty. 5, Butter Me Up. 6, Wheels of Fortune. 7, Wake Up Jeff. 8, El Maestro. 9, Better Behave. 10, American Machine off the back row with 11, Shugach. And 12 is Cease to React. Last King of Cape Horn, Amamushu. Emergencies 1 and 2 respectively. All clear there?
That's correct as well, Matthew.
Wishy, thank you very much for your time this
Always
morning.
a pleasure, Matt.
Michael, thank you very much for your time. We appreciate it.
Pleasure, Matt.
Absolutely. So there we have it. That is the boys in the studio. Barrier draws completed. You'll see those up on socials very soon with the 4 features on Friday night. Looking forward to an exciting W night at Gloucester Park. But that is Often Pacing for this morning. And hopefully you can find a few winners today at Pinjarra, Gloucester Park tomorrow. And the podcast will be up a little bit later on. But for now, it's a very good morning. We'll get into race day the other side.